was back in 2022 towards the back end. In October, he won that one, getting the better of Peter Wright on that occasion. It is his first final of 2023. He did reach a semi-final back in March, losing that to Ryan Searle. We can tell you, as Rob Cross limbers up in the background there, we'll have our 9th different Players' Championship winner in 2023. Joining Ryan Searle, Danny Noppert, Kim Heibrecht, Dirk van Dijvenbode, who's of course won 3 of these already in 2023, Ross Smith, Michael van Gerwen, Gary Anderson and Christoph Ratajski, who will become the 9th name added to those. We are about to find out. Rob Cross taking on Mike De Decker. These two have met 7 times previously. Rob Cross leads the head-to-head 5-2.
Outside.
But it is De Decker who's won the last 2 meetings, both by 6-4 score lines. Mark Webster alongside me to talk you through the first final of the weekend. Looking forward to this one. And as you were mentioning prior to going live, how the draw has opened up for Rob Cross today.
Yeah, it goes like that sometimes, but it's really opened up for him. Victories over, we said, Roloff, Hempel, Waits, Lee Evans, Mernon and Zagansky. And that is a favourable section of the draw, but Rob Cross has dealt with it. And he's got one more hurdle, but this will be some task for Mike De Decker. He finally crosses that semi-final line. He's in a final. The likelihood is now he will debut at the World Match Play. He was in the last spot. He's leapfrogged from 16th into 10th spot already with the prize money. He's basically there. But if he can add a title, it's a dream day for Mike De Decker. With Kim Heibrecht's Belgian already winning on tour this year, he'd love to join him. And he's making serious strides in the sport, that Mike De Decker, and credit to him.
180.
And the perfect start as well to this final. Kick it off with a 180. And you mentioned Rob Cross's draw there. It's not been quite so simple, not quite so straightforward for Mike De Decker. He's had to beat the likes of Luke Humphries, Gezi Price and Neil Zonneveld en route to his first Players' Championship 55. Final.
He was very patient in the semi-final as well. It was one break of throw. He beat Neil Zonneveld 7-5 and he kept chasing and chasing. It was the 9th leg where he got out in front. He got 96. The break, consolidated, and that finds himself in a final. But I've been so impressed with him. But can he clinch a title here? Like you said, victories over Price and Humphries en route. And it'll cap off a fine day for the Belgian.
Yeah, had to be patient in that one. He also had to be patient. We watched him against Van der Velde in the last 16. It's another one where he came through in a decider and had to be quite patient in that one as well, because he raced out into a lead and then had to deal with the fight back from his opponent, but didn't really falter, did he, as he approached the finish line? Did really well in the end to get over the line.
100.
Survived a couple of match starts though, didn't he? Got there, and in the end he had match starts in the previous leg. Kind of deserved to win that game. It's Cross here looking to hold throw in the opening leg, and he's not going to take out this 1-2-2, so a chance for De Decker to strike early 54. In this final.
He's not going to
65
take this, so it's Rob Cross to take an early lead in this one.
Yeah, just taking his time.
Yep.
53 remains. He got this little routine, but this for a holder throw. He's taking his time to every dart here. Wipe of the hand for Rob Cross to strike the first blow in the final.
50.
Hasn't. A chance for De Decker to break early. He had to wait till the 9th leg to break in the semi. Well, he's getting an immediate chance here.
And he manages to take the opportunity early on in this one. And you can see the importance of getting that early break. Just recomposes before towing the oche again. Huge early break. You mentioned as well that Mike De Decker could be heading towards the match play. Well, for Rob Cross, another 100. One of the permutations we were looking at was, of course, that race to join Michael Smith in the World Cup. And it was between Rob Cross and, of course, Luke Humphries. And Rob Cross is certainly
140.
Given himself a great chance of being that player to join Michael Smith in Frankfurt. He's now leading that race, 100. Extending his lead.
Yeah, he has got a decent cushion. that Luke Humphries, who's got previous on Euro tours as well, the gap is still there. He's still got an opportunity.
123.
The gap is around about 15,000 now. And with the cut-off in just over a week's time, it's looking like it'll be Rob Cross accompanying Michael Smith
46.
for that England team.
Yeah, you mentioned Luke Humphries on the Euro Tour. Prevented Rob Cross from picking up a few titles, didn't he, last year? Met in a few finals.
140.
Yeah, Rob Cross, one of the players who's never won a Euro Tour, but has won the European Championships twice, the actual finals.
59.
I guess that's all that counts.
He's responded well here to losing the opening leg.
To break straight back here. Again, that methodical approach
66.
from Rob Cross. And no finish for De Decker, so we should be going to a level score here. An exchange of breaks to start
56.
this final.
Mike De Decker, you can see the disappointment that he's not been able to back that early breakup. He expects this double 16 to go for Rob Cross.
Game
And
shot.
it does. A 14 dart break back from Rob Cross. It's put in a number of really impressive displays so far today. Mike De Decker way down in terms of performance level at the moment.
93.
Maybe a possibility that occasion maybe getting to the deck. It's only the start of the third legs, won't be panicking yet. And like I said, the
59.
likelihood is he's booked his place in the World Match Play, so he'll be feeling pretty good about himself at the minute. But if you're in a final, he hasn't had many crowds, well, it's his first one, you want to take your chance, and it's a slow start for De Decker.
140.
Yeah, huge opportunity. We talk about that match play race, but just winning a Players' Championship event outright is a significant achievement.
40.
He's someone that you highlighted earlier in the day, Webby, as someone to keep an eye on this year. Just the trajectory of his career at the moment. It's all going in the
140.
right way, isn't it?
It is, and he's making key breakthroughs. Your ranking really jumps if you obviously start performing on the Pro Tour and the Euro
58.
Tour, because then you get the knock-on effect of being in the match play, guaranteed prize money, it knocks onto the Grand Prix, if you get in the European Championships, all of a sudden he'd be knocking on the door of the world's top 32, Mike De Decker, and
Yep.
he deserves it. He's got the game, gone away and worked on his game when he lost his tour card, and it's good to see.
Yeah, Rob Cross may be starting to feel, though, despite the shake of the head there, that this final
90.
is there for the taking for him, because Mike De Decker really isn't able to challenge in this leg on the Rob Cross throw.
Game
And he
shot.
does get that first hold of the match.
Yeah, Rob Cross could use all his experience here, and there's got to be careful
60.
here, Mike De Decker. There's a potential here for Rob Cross, could maybe race away with this. Needs to get going, De Decker. Climbed up a couple of spots in the right, up to 45 now. Mike De Decker
134.
can't move up any higher, even if he wins this from 43rd. But at the minute, it's more of a case of just trying to work his way into this final. It's still early, but hasn't settled.
Yeah, when you have a look in the difference in the averages, even at this early stage, it's quite a significant one. And there we have it. Doesn't make pleasant viewing for
140.
Mike De Decker, but Rob Cross doing what he's done in many of his matches today. He's put in some very
100.
solid displays.
Yeah, and it's been a favourable draw, but you can only beat who's in front of you. And Rob Cross has been professional in all those performances. Had to rely on a last leg decider in the semi-final against Sagansky. Great day for him as well, worth mentioning. And Zonnevel, the two losing semi-finalists. Breakthrough days for them too.
140.
Real breakthrough day for De Decker. At the minute, this final is not going to plan for the young Belgian.
Just taking a little look
95.
at what Mike De Decker was on there before throwing that last dart. But you mentioned you can only beat who's in front of you. Mike De Decker We've seen some big finishes from him
Shot.
today. That is possibly the most significant. A superb 1-4-1 there. That really did have to go, even at this early juncture in this match. Sportingly acknowledged by Rob Cross there as well.
Yeah, that's one way to dig
96.
yourself out of a hole. Nothing was going right for Dedeka. Despite the fact he was only 2-1 down, he was just starting to get a little bit agitated with himself before that 1-4-1, but timely finish
57.
and levels up this final, because there was a real risk that Cross could have broke again there and potential to run away with the final.
Yeah, I do think had Rob Cross broken there, I would have been quite worried for
140.
the Decker's chances in this match. You mentioned, going back to your earlier point, that you can only beat who's in front of you. Well, the likes of Scott Waite averaged above 97, and Zyganski in the last match averaged just shy of a ton
81.
against him. So it's not as if he's had the easiest of routes, even though the opponents haven't been the ones you'd expect to face in the quarters and semis.
Yeah, just one of them draws that looks comfortable
95.
on paper, but it certainly hasn't been. All capable players. Could see Joe Mernon in a quarter-final as well. He just fell short against Cross in that quarter-final.
96.
Yeah, the victory over Zyganski, the one against Scott Waite. He's just been professional, Rob, and he knows how to win these titles.
96.
Yeah, it has been quite a strange day in many respects, hasn't it? Because we lost some of the top seeds early on, and it has presented this opportunity for the likes of Mike De Decker and Joe Mernon, who you mentioned a
97.
little while ago. It's been quite interesting to see some different names at the latter stages of tournament. Keep things very interesting as Rob Cross has the opportunity to hold again.
Aim shot.
And he does just that. Mike De Decker way back on 170 in that leg. Taking care of that to move 3-2 up.
57.
De Decker just seemed a little bit lungy with that last start, and he's just giving himself a little bit of a telling off there. I don't think he's overly satisfied with how he's playing.
140.
The 1-4-1 was brilliant in the fourth leg. Just being a little concerned. It's just a bit edgy, but it is his first final.
140.
It's more like it.
Yeah, real professional job as well from Rob Cross. You feel that he's picking up on maybe some of the tension from his opponent there. Still averaging over 20
180.
points more than De Decker.
Cross will sense he want to turn this dominance at the minute into a good advantage. It's still on
90.
throw, so all the stats and the averages, and he only leads by the solitary leg. There's a serious chance, though, that there's going to be some daylight here, providing the setup's good. No treble yet for Cross.
64.
Goes with the bull last start. I don't mind that, because it's single to double, single to treble to double combination.
140.
Decker stays within striking distance.
Important for Rob Cross if he does want to put a bit of daylight, and he's got that one treble required in this visit. The customary wiping on the leg.
He does take his time staring down that double and pulls
97.
it low. And just feel it's De Decker hanging on. You know, 1-4-1 to make it 2 apiece. Pretty more straightforward. Said, well, I say that. Bullseye to level again. And he can't quite
49.
level again. You feel Cross deserves this opportunity to have a bit of a cushion. Double 10 for 4-2.
Yeah, he has been the better player. Mike De Decker hanging on to his
Aim shot.
coattails, but Rob Cross does put some distance between the two players. He breaks Mike De Decker's throw again. And you do feel that Rob Cross in this match, he is really sensing, isn't he, that there are some vulnerabilities maybe in De Decker's game in his first final
96.
Players' Championship event, and you feel that Rob Cross thinks that this is there for the taking for him. It'll be his first Players' Championship victory in 2023.
59.
Well, he's at the halfway mark. Reminder, first to 8 legs in the final. And Cross,
60.
not happy with that last start. Stayed patient. He's worked hard to get this lead, Rob Cross. So be careful not to surrender the break straight back here.
Yeah, a reminder that
100.
early on it was Mike De Decker who worked hard to take an early lead, wasn't it? But surrendered it quite quickly. Rob Cross will be eager to avoid doing the same. And that 180 will
180.
certainly help his cause.
Yeah, timely 180 doesn't leave a finish, but De Decker can't leave a finish even the max of his own. Cross
60.
is going through the gears here. And time with the 165. De Decker back on 282, and it's a good performance. And it's...
93.
I feel we're watching a final with a player who's got the experience and one who's in his first final. He's done great today, De Decker. He's just maybe running out of steam here.
Yeah,
60.
you can see that Rob Cross is playing with more freedom than his opponent in this one, can't you? You can tell just looking at them, he's been here, he's done this before. Whereas Mike De Decker maybe just settling into the occasion, taking a bit
Game
longer.
shot.
And Rob Cross does take a 5-2 lead. He is punishing maybe the inexperience of his opponent in this contest.
Yeah, De Decker needs to dig deep. Around about 24 points in the average. Cross is outplaying his opponent in a minute. More
180.
visits like that needed from Mike De Decker.
Yeah, they are level in the 180s column, 2 apiece. But as Webby just alluded to, he does need to score more
140.
heavily. Because even when Rob Cross isn't piling in the maximums, more often than not, he is coming out with 2 treble visits.
140.
Paramount that De Decker holds his throw here. Goes down a double break. He's against the darts anyway. You'd find it hard to make a case for him getting back into this final.
58.
He keeps the arrears just one break. You've always got a chance. And De Decker's got those explosive passes of play where he can just rattle off a few legs. He's going to have to clutch that they'll come along.
100.
First and foremost, hold your throw here.
Yeah, he really is digging deep in this one. Down to 81 after 9. And Rob Cross is not applying the pressure. So you know you've got 6 at this if needed. And double 16.
Game shot.
Fantastic from Mike De Decker. 5-3 Rob Cross leads, but Mike De Decker just reminding him that this might be his first final, but he's certainly not just going to gift it to Rob Cross in this one.
No, he's not.
45.
That was good for Mike De Decker. He'll know he's not played well in this final so far. The positive is it's only one break, and he'll back himself to find that pass to play. And
140.
he's warming to this final now. 5-3 still in favour of Rob Cross. Just jumping ahead as well.
140.
Mike De Decker's pretty much booked himself in the World Grand Prix as well. He's really planning out his year well here.
45.
Yeah, comes up dry there though. Scores level, but you feel after that first visit of 140 that Mike De Decker sensed he had an opportunity to capitalise on a slow start to this leg from Rob
97.
Cross, but again it's Rob Cross who's able to find a big treble.
100.
Force it through Mike De Decker. Still though, Cross in a great position in terms of the scoreline, in terms of the actual leg itself. Edging closer to his first Pro Tour title of the year.
127.
Mike De Decker would have come into this, of course, with the confidence of knowing both how well he's played today and that he's claimed victory over Rob Cross the last 2 times they've met.
140.
He's certainly not out of this one yet.
Oh, he's in touch in this leg. Cross, if he doesn't find the treble, I was going to say may look for a double-double, but he's found it. And the standard wipe of the leg, staring down that double 16. This for 6-3.
Game shot.
Big finish from Rob Cross at a key moment. Just when Mike De Decker was waiting on a 2-dart combination of his own. And Cross is now 2 legs away from victory here in Players' Championship 11.
47.
Yeah, he's had real statement visits at key moments in this match, hasn't he? And look at that finishing from both players. It's been incredibly impressive.
180.
He has. And you feel for De Decker, if he's going to work his way back in, stating obvious, he's going to have to find that power scoring because Cross is getting chances, he's taken them, and he's pretty much wrestled the darts away here. Cross is going on the brink of victory. you feel.
Yeah, you don't see Rob Cross faltering towards the back end of the
43.
legs. That has been, if there is one thing that Mike De Decker can cling on to, that there have been a few visits. Mike De Decker not able to capitalise, though, when Rob Cross has had a poor visit in the scoring phase. Just not able to capitalise on it.
Maybe an argument for Mike to switch a little bit early as well. His darts land up in the boards. If he falls below that bottom wire, he's trying to force it through just with power, and he did it then, and he switched and found the treble 19. And again, he's having to find his way through here. Needs a treble to leave a finish. Can't find one. Massive advantage now for Rob.
To go within one of victory. And he's going to return. But how much pressure will he be on when he does come back?
55.
A little opening for Mike. Minimum ton you feel needed. And again, the head shake there, that's frustrating him, and electing to switch. And switch with
96.
pretty decent effect. But Cross now to go one away. His finishing has been pretty bob on this to go on the brink of victory.
And again, stepping back as he so often does. Mike De Decker has got the look of someone who knows what's coming next. Come on, Bobby, he screams, but he just needs to go next door. And he does manage to pin it to go within one of the match. Mike De Decker just taps his leg there. And it was that extra break which you feel he couldn't afford to go down. So Rob Cross averaging just shy of 104 in this match. It really has been steady as well, hasn't it? He's barely dropped below a ton in this match, and Mike De Decker is getting quite a lesson of the standard needed at this back end of tournaments.
58.
The way Mike De Decker was waiting in the background there, I thought he forgot he was first to 8. It was as if he's getting ready to shake Rob's hand. Well, he may be doing that shortly. But Cross has used his experience. He's got out in front. He's piled pressure on Mike De Decker, and he's cracked on a couple of occasions. And shaking their head. He's just run out of steam here. I don't think he's going to be too hard on himself. He looks like a beaten man, but in terms of what he's achieved today, it's looking like he's going to lose this final. But it's been a great day for Mike De Decker, setting up his year really well, and I hope he doesn't dwell on what we think is going to be a defeat here against Rob Cross. He's just been too good, the former world champ for Mike De Decker.
Yeah, I think De Decker will largely take the positives from what has been a fantastic day, reaching his first Players' Championship final. It does look like his race may well be run in this final. We have seen some fantastic comebacks so far 59 today, but you do feel like Mike De Decker is running out of steam in this final.
127.
Thinking about the shots, though. He's on a finish. Rob Cross isn't. You'd expect the layup here. He'll stay up there. Well, did we go too soon here? Because the setup ain't going to be great regardless here. Yeah, poor visit 32 from Rob.
Well, that's the first time Rob Cross has really blinked in this final, isn't it?
56.
You would feel this is his worst visit of the entire match.
Yeah, maybe. Just a little bit of complacency, thought the job was done. He may well still do it here. Another one of them.
And he gets it. So then, for the match, you left yourself on this 146. Can you find the double 16 to get over the line? He does. That exemplary finishing that he's shown throughout this final is there yet again for Rob Cross. The fist pump is there. It's his first Players' Championship title of 2023. And just look at that finishing, up above 60% for him in this match. 3 breaks a throw, 3 180s, and that high checkout